Good morning, everyone. My name is Zia, and this is Chasing the Moon. Grab yourself a cup of something warm and let's have a little chat about writing. It's Sunday afternoon and I now have a cup of Earl Grey tea, and I wanted to talk to you about writing. So there are probably some of you out there who are published authors, novelists, or self-help books, or who knows what else. And you know, at least my regular subscribers know, that I have been working on a novel for quite a lot of time. But I wanted to talk to you about that a little bit today, and sort of telling you what my journey has been so far and what I'm planning to really help me push through and get this finished. There are two kinds of writers. There are plotters and there are pantsers. I'm a pantser. I fly by the seat of my pants when I write. Plotters tend to plan out each chapter, plan out even their characters. Some people make playlists, music playlists to go along with what they're writing. I'm just a pantser, and the way my writing journey started was that over many, many years, I would suddenly have an idea come into my head, and I would sit down and write maybe a paragraph or two. And I'd look at it and I think, oh, that would be good in a book. That would be a good opening for a book. That would be, an interesting concept for a book. And I had lots of different notebooks and journals, and as you can see, I still do. I'm always writing down ideas for things. But this is my novel. Now, there's actually 2 copies in there, so it's not War and Peace or anything like that. But so over the years I had written down a lot of different interesting concepts and paragraphs. It sort of runs in the family, writing. My daughter I think she's on her 8th novel now. She's actually just has one available on Indigo Chapters Canada. As of yesterday it launched, and I'll put a little link to it below in case anybody's interested. But she has one book published on Audible, and this is now coming out. This book is in paperback. So my eldest granddaughter is a writer. She's written several kind of fantasy novels, nothing published yet. I wrote a children's story years ago, one very short one, one a little bit longer story, and then this novel and another story that's finished but not edited. This is the one that I'm the most interested in finishing. My sister is working on a novel also. She started out trying to put her novel together the same way I did, which I'm going to explain in a minute. And from that first bit of writing, I think she's actually segued off a few times and probably has the potential for 2 or maybe even 3 stories out of what she originally had in mind. And so what happened was, as I say, I'd done that over many, many years. And then COVID hit, and my daughter was telling me that she was going to do something called NaNoWriMo. And I will put a link to that below also. And I'd never heard of that before. And what that stands for is National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo. And she said, you commit to writing, say, 50,000 words during the month of November. And I thought, well, maybe I will now see if I can't pull this together. And so I signed up for it. And every day you figure out what the goal is you have to reach for the number of words. And there are badges you can earn, all kinds of things. And you can share your information or you can keep it private. But if any of you are interested and want a way to keep yourselves motivated, when I commit to something like NaNoWriMo, I don't want to not do it. It's kind of like I told so many people that I was going to drive across Canada that I finally said, oh my God, I guess I actually have to do that now. And I wanted to, but I don't know if I would have been motivated enough if I hadn't sort of committed to doing that. So this is a really good way to do that. While I was traveling across Canada, I had sent my daughter a rough draft of my novel and asked her to read it and asked her to be very honest about it. And so she did read it while I was still on my road trip. And she sent it back to me and she said, it's good, Mom. She said, you're really good at your descriptions. It didn't drag in the middle the way some books do. The middle part of a novel is the hardest part. Some of you may know that. But she said, no, it didn't drag in the middle. It kept my interest. She said, I would suggest that you add, so I have written over 50,000 words, I think about 55,000 words. And the average novel, I think, is somewhere in the range of 90,000 to maybe 120,000. That's the average size novel, I believe. And so my daughter said to me, she said, if you added about another 30,000 words to this, even though the story's already complete, if you added another 30,000 words to this, it would be a full novel. And I think that would be really good. And I thought to myself, yeah, there were some characters that needed some development, needed more of a background story. There were things that I could certainly add to it. And I've been meaning to do that. And every now and then I pick it up and I write down some ideas, but I haven't got around to fluffing out my novel. And so this week I was worrying about the fact that I didn't post a video last weekend, and that's because we had family visiting from England, so I'm sorry about that. And I was really stuck on an idea for today. And so I was just talking to my sister, sitting on the couch, and I was pondering, and she said, why don't you do this, what I'm doing right now? So thank you so much, little sis. This was a brilliant idea. And it's an idea that now that I've said to you, I'm going to sign up for NaNoWriMo. That means that during the month of November, I have to write commit to writing approximately 30,000 extra words to my novel. Now, all you see here is notebooks, and I do tend to handwrite a lot of stuff, but I also do have it on a laptop, so I will be working on that as well. Hang on, let me have a sip. And this is a perfect time of year to do that, especially here. The days turn a little bit grayer, it's dark earlier, and we often get quite a bit of rainfall. So what better to do on a rainy late autumn day than to work on my story. So that's it. I'm committing to doing NaNoWriMo. check it out. If you're interested, if you've always wanted to write something, if you have an idea about something you'd like to write and you just haven't had the motivation or haven't known quite how to get started, I highly recommend that you try NaNoWriMo. And if you're going to do that, let me know. Also, let me know if you have written, if you have published, if you have any questions. I'd be really interested in hearing your writing journey. And I will share mine as the month of November begins, and I'll keep you up to date on the progression. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited. I think I know it's not November yet, but I think I haven't worked on this for quite a while now, and I need to refresh my memory a little bit and maybe make some notes on the particular characters that I want to develop, and even scenes in the story that need a little bit more depth to them, or explanation. Going forward, I'm thinking also about changing the format of the videos a little bit. Maybe instead of just sitting and doing a chat with you, or doing a road trip in one day, thinking about sort of a progression of what happens during the week. I'm not sure. I watch a few videos like that I find quite interesting, instead of just one person sitting like this with the background never changing. But let me know what you think. Do you like the format the way it is? Do you have any suggestions? Cheers to a successful NaNoWriMo, to me and to you, if you've already decided to do that, if you know about it and you're doing it, or if this gives you the motivation to do that. Let me know, okay? And as always, wherever you are in our incredibly beautiful world, I hope you're having a really amazing day. I hope you have a great week ahead, and happy writing. I love you all so much. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.